Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Gwent, the Witcher card game. So this week we're going to be taking a look at a Queensguard list. If you want to check out the deck tech, the video is available for you guys right now, but if you want to just get into the matchups, then be sure to stick around. Alright, I'll see you there, guys.
I shall not repeat Emil's mistakes. Sit at my table and let's drink!
Okay, so we're against Calvé, which probably means spies. So let's get rid of the Demon Pirates, because we want to be discarding them. Coral will probably be a decent value play in the late game against the Brigades. Madman Lugos, decent removal. Dona is going to be good for his Vicar of our Medics if he ends up stealing our Queensguard. Not sure Grimace is going to see much play, and we don't want to see Ceres. There's our Queensguard. Very nice.
I forgive you. This time.
Okay, Calvé coming down immediately.
Your humble servant.
Leaning into some emissaries. Fair enough.
Nice too.
And gives him a pumping. Fair enough. So we could go with the pirates to thin out our deck. I'd rather save that a little bit later, just in case we want to use Madman Lugos for a 9-point hit instead. So I guess we'll go with the King Bran.
Of course, friend.
Get rid of Ceres, discard Queensguard, and Queensguard. And then we'll want to resurrect them very quickly with our other Queensguard, because a Vicar of our Medic will be very annoying. Okay.
You're good. Real good.
And that ticks the Ceres in the graveyard as well. 2 more reses, which is just our Queensguard coming back, and she'll come with them. And we've got the Shieldsmith to pump up one of our dudes. Or dudettes in this case.
Billion barrels of burning bitch.
So we're adding points to the board, but we're also investing in future turns as well, which is pretty sweet.
Your humble servant.
There's a Vicar of our Medic.
A bit of bloodletting.
Let's go for some more emissaries.
I have no time.
I think a
Your
typical deck
humble
only runs 2 medics, so we've only got 1 more to worry about. He's really going heavy on this round, which is fine by me. The initial round is pretty much just an investment period anyway, where you're just setting up future turns. So Madman Lugos is going to put essentially Skirmisher in our graveyard to resurrect as a high point value play later down the line. So it doesn't really matter how many points he's taking from us. We just want to bleed cards from him, really. I guess I'm going to go with the pirates first, though.
You want to pass, you gotta pay. Can't let you through.
Because if he does pass after the Lugos play, then we would still want a pirate anyway. And a Rot Tosser is completely fine. Honestly, could care less about that. Do I actually want to Madman Lugos here, or should I just try bleed another card out of him? Nothing in his graveyard that we'd want to move with Dona. Not going to waste a Coral just yet. There are going to be probably more high value plays later down the line. And it's a pretty decent finisher as well. But then again, so is Mirabel's Hailstorm. There's Madman.
I make the laws here.
Skirmishers on one of the Enforcers.
I warned you.
And that gets some resilience out, which means we have to deal with that. So we do have to Donar here to get rid of the Imperial Brigade next round. That does suck. Because we can't let that stick around. We could also just coral it, I suppose. It puts us ahead. Well, actually it doesn't, because we lose 11 points after that. So we're not ahead after any of these plays, really, so... I don't want to waste the Donar just in case he goes for a Vicavaro Medic on our Queen's Guard. That would be really bad. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a coral.
That might even be amusing.
Because he's going to take this round, and I don't want him to have 14 points following into the next round, which bleeds cards out of us.
An interesting choice.
Siri Dash.
Oh, I sense trouble.
Very cool. Is that just any card off the top of your deck? Destroy an ally. Destroy an ally. Only possible. If you destroy an ally, put the top card of your deck. Alright, fair enough. Right, we're 25 points behind. We are not keeping up with that. We'll pass. You can have round one. I expect he'll just pass straight here to bleed a card out of us. Ooh, Drake Bondu. That's actually really good if he does pass. Alza's Thunder. You gonna do much for me? I think I'll get rid of you. Shieldsmith's alright. Yeah. Okay, well, we will Drake Bondu.
Glory to you.
Which means we get to pump up the squad. 2 5s, please. Which is enough points, and it's a little investment into the final round as well. And we get to lead off straight away with our Resurrect. I don't know if we need 3 reses. Ragnarok would be awesome. Sigdrifa would be essentially a decent replacement. Operator would be alright, I guess. Yeah, let's bounce one. Operator. Okay. Fortunately, Operator gives them a lot of options in their graveyard. Well, I suppose it gives them Rot Tosser or Enforcers. It's not really anything else special. Because the Engineer doesn't exactly do anything. So, probably want to just get Shieldsmith.
Modron Freyr is patient, but she brooks no insult.
Queen's Guard,
Pansy.
go!
I'm ready.
So yeah, Operator's not really adding much for us, unfortunately.
I am no Guardian.
Kahir for another Calvé trigger. And there's Siri Dash.
Enough.
So we get 2 reses. Are our 2 bronze reses more valuable than his? Emissary gets us bronze units, gets us Shieldsmiths, Priestesses. We could potentially chain a Priestess into an Emissary into another Priestess, which allows us for more points. And the Shieldsmith would be... Yeah, let's
We
Priestess.
serve her who is virgin, mother, and crone.
Emissary. Should have stacked the row there. That was a mistake.
We
Priestess.
serve her who is virgin, mother, and crone.
Emissary. Shieldsmith.
Brilliant barrels of gold. Pitch.
Bing. Meh. Alright, I suppose. Should have stuck that in the melee row though. That's completely fine. Our Donar is going to take care of that.
Welcome, chosen one.
Alright, have a Shieldsmith.
Very good.
We need to Donar and lock it, and doesn't really matter. We'll take a Rot Tosser from him. Let him think we have another res, and he'll play around it.
There is no escape.
I think he was hoping to unlock it so it'd take care of our Queen's Guard, but ended up destroying it anyway because that's how Orcs works. Let's just...
So what? Should I pound it into a poker?
pump up the big one.
What do you need me to do?
If you could have any card he wants, what would it be? Probably Hailstorm. He needs to still draw it though, so... How does he plan on drawing it? Has he used all of his emissaries? Used 3 of them. Well, that would be how then. Let's just shield
So
smith.
what? Should I pound it into a poker?
Play around Rot Tosser on the front row as much as possible. Marching orders.
My son has erred.
Gets him an assassin.
As good as dead, I thought.
Ooh. Still 10 points ahead. Will Thunder... Thunder the Siri Dash. Any cards on these 2 back rows is a little bit better for us. Ooh, Vic of Aromatic.
A bit of bloodletting.
Gets him an Emissary, which gives us a few more points, but I'm sure he'll
Your
find something
humble
more
servant.
valuable. Yep.
No, God!
Carefully avoiding the row stacking. And I think we probably just have lost here. It's probably going to be a Joachim, would be my guess. So, Hailstorm. Can he make up the 20 points? Oh, really? Oh, fantastic. Usually they can make up those amount of points in a single card, but not today. Not today. Alright, well, let's go to another game.
You want peace? Fight for it.
Of course, friend.
Oh goody, it's the Henselt matchup. Always fun, he says, joking. Right, let's blacklist our Queen's Guard. We don't want to see them. We've got Operator for an extra Queen's Guard. Ceres we don't want either, but we need to get rid of the Pirate and Ceres. Grig Bondu is actually awesome. So we can do some interesting things with this hand. Well, let's see how our opponent leads off. I'm pretty sure I know exactly how it leads off with the Kind of any siege support.
What do you want?
Which means that we Alza's Thunder the siege support to stop the Henselt from pulling them all out of his deck. Alza's Thunder's very good for this starting matchup. And just leads off with a Battering Ram. Okay, well, we can... Go for an Operator.
Blind, greedy fool.
Get ourselves another Queen's Guard. Our opponent will have a Queen's Guard, and we can use Donar
We've met.
to
I
pull
don't
said
recall.
Queen's Guard out of his deck, and then we get an extra one as well later down the line. So he leads off with an Iris, which is interesting. That just indicates to me that he's planning on going quite deep into this game, which is fair enough. We're just going to do our setup turns. I don't think anything that he's done there is really going to change how we play that out. So, mill all of our Queen's Guard and our
I'm an
Ceres.
officer and a gentleman.
And the Siege Master. Redoing the battering ram. Which is fair enough. That does set up the battering ram next turn to hit both of these guys. Unfortunately. So he damages that and then hits probably King Bran. That's how that's going to work. And then he gets a boost by 5. Oof. That is pretty bad. I mean, we could Donar and lock it, but we lose that Queen's Guard value later down the line. But he's only a single Queen's Guard. Then again, these got quite high impact plays later down the line. I think we have to Donar it.
Hey, me!
We'll take a siege support. So he doesn't get that boost
I'm an
anymore.
officer and a gentleman.
He has to redo his battering ram. Setting up quite a hit. Well, we can just continue our setup. Drake Bondu. And let's boost our Queen's Guard. That does put us a point behind, actually, which was a little silly of me, but we do need to thin our pirates anyway, so hopefully he don't pass here, but if he does, it's not the end of the world.
Men of
Gonna
Kedwen!
pull all of his battering rams. Okay. That's fair enough. He does have crewmen on this, so he can set them either side. I forgot Henselt is also a crewman. This could very well put him quite far ahead, and indeed it probably will. So he gets to hit that and then hit for 2. We're 27 points behind. We've got 16, 20 points for just a Queen's Guard play. And we could do with getting this Queen's Guard in the graveyard anyway. So if we went with the pirates, he'd pass. We could even go with a Gremist with a blood-curdling roar. There's no way to get ahead in 1 point, in 1 card. Save this, we might need it. What for? I don't know. Let's just go with that Queen's Guard. Get that Ceres ticked, and then we can actually use the Shieldsmith then as well, if we want to do that. Most cards in our hand now can take the round in 1 go, if he passes, which is where we want to be. Card disadvantage for this deck isn't actually too bad.
Every 10th round.
Ooh, hits down the Queen's Guard that I did want to boost with our Shieldsmith. So, you're 9 points. Queen's Guard just pulls another Queen's Guard, so that's 8 points there. Well, I think we'll Shieldsmith.
Out with the crowns. Come on, quick now.
Let's boost our Queen's Guard. And then if he wants to pass, we can Gremist and Blood-Curdling Roar something. That'll take us over.
Get me work.
Uses an Eskel on our Queen's Guard. Well, our Queen's Guard just brings back 14 points now, and a Ceres as well, so... There's 21 points on a Queen's Guard right there. which is honestly fine. Let's just go with
Give us
pirate.
all you got!
Thin our deck a bit. And he passes, which means we go Queen's Guard and take the round.
Just careful there.
Used a lot of removal on things that ended up coming back in one card, so hopefully that comes back to bite him. Coral. Coral could be quite good if he goes for a Stennis. In this round, we can artifact compression it, which makes his shiny a little less useful. I kind of like everything that we've got here, except for maybe the Grimace. The Grimace could be something better. Another Priestess. Yeah.
Bow before modern Freya.
Let's get our Queen's Guard.
Pansy. Just careful there. You do not deserve to live!
Okay. 18 points that he's got to make up. You can easily do that with Dijkstra. Could probably make up those points quite easily. I mean, Trollalol's 11 points as it stands, so... Do I reckon he could do it in one card? Possibly. Should I allow him to do it in one card? Possibly. It's the alternative here that we Shieldsmith one of our Queen's Guards. Then that gives him extra time to pull more cards out though, that's the only thing. Nah, we'll just pass. We'll see if you can do 18 points. Well, that's not 18, so that gets another card out.
You one of us or not?
And that'll do it. Okay. Point ahead, card down, but he goes first as well, which is very, very useful for us, especially with Marigold's Hailstorm. It means we get the final hit. Ooh, Sigdrifa. That's really good. Priestess of Freya Double is probably pretty good. Sigdrifa grabs Drake Bondu, which gets us extra value on our Queen's Guard. Does play into Hailstorm a little too much, but I think this hand's fine.
Uh-oh. Trouble approaches.
Siege support. Do I just coral that? I guess I'll wait for his Dunbanner Heavy Cavalry, actually. If he's got them. He's been playing a very unorthodox Hensel line, anyway. Whether or not he's playing the same deck is another question, but it seems very machine-focused on this one. We'll allow it to have one trigger. I want to see what he's going to do with that.
You from all evil.
We can't take down Iris with the cards in our hands, so we're going to go with Drake Bondu.
Glory to you.
Pump up the Queen's Guard. We'll get the larger one, so it's not... They're not even. Roll Decree gets Shani.
Severed limbs, blood, and guts.
No usual Stennis
Told
target.
you so, you idiot.
He does get to pull the other siege support
Trouble approaches.
and goes for a nice pumping. So to coral the siege support is to hit for 10 points swing and remove essentially 2 points from 2 cards. Is that kind of value worth it? Probably. He's played all of his golds. He's got plenty of silvers left though. And his silvers can be a little bit harder hitting. Alternative is that we siege support our own to set up our Queen's Guard.
Bow before modern Freya.
do that.
Salutations.
Now all of our Queensguard get a pump from our siege support.
Tell me you jest.
Okay. Oh, he pulls his Queensguard.
Pansy.
Oh, I bet that's stinging. Right, I think it's time to, well, we easily make up the 20 points to get ahead, so, I mean, we just coral the biggest hitter, I guess. Because actually, the Marigold's Hailstorm on the range row is going to be a big hit, so I don't really want to take points away from that. This could also be a Hailstorm, though, so there is that to worry about. I think we will go Coral on the melee row, force out that final card, and turn that into an artifact, and I think that'll do it.
Negotiating, I understand.
Ooh, he's got his witches. We
serve her who
have
was
our
virgin,
Queensguard
mother
there,
and crone. Pansy.
that are all getting boosted, and then Ceres is coming out.
Just careful there.
Easily take it. We had a Marigold's Hailstorm for the front row as well. That is very nice. Very unorthodox Ensolt deck there, but, you know, I kind of like that. As the Jank Purveyor, it is one of those things where I like to see a unique deck. We actually have enough for a keg, so before we end off the episode, how about we open up a lovely little keg? That sounds like a grand old plan. Hopefully we get some golds. That'll be lovely. Yes, let's do this. All the commons in the world, and well, funnily enough, we get Queensguard. Well, it doesn't really matter which one we pick, so just going to be scrapping all of those anyway. Alright guys, well, I do hope you've enjoyed today's video, and if you did, then be sure to like and subscribe. There will be future Queensguard videos coming out every single day, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And as always, if you hit that little bell icon as well right next to the subscription button, that will give you notifications when those videos are released. I do hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.